Here we go. We're on.
Let's
So,
go.
mate, like one thing I'm gonna I don't know if you'll have seen it, but obviously I did this with Harry Keane, didn't I? You've already got more views than all the videos I did with Harry Keane after two
Really?
nights. Yeah.
How many
Pete.
views have we got?
So the one last night, the first one got about 70. The
Yeah.
one last night got about 150. So people were obviously interested to see how you got on. So
Jeez. All right.
whether they tune in tonight, though, because we didn't give actually any scores away,
Yeah,
because we don't
yeah,
want to,
sure.
because it's closed leaderboard. So whether they
Yeah.
come back tonight for another tease.
Oh,
I was
hopefully.
chatting to Kel as well. We both thought you were going to blame her. When you mentioned her yesterday about re-racking the back
Oh
squat.
no, I wasn't. No, that was my fault. That was all me.
Oh no, you completely owned it. But when you
Yeah.
mentioned it, I was like,
Yeah. Nah, that was all me. That was just me kind of not listening and just kind of zoning out.
Yeah, well, like you said, that stage of a workout, man, you don't hear, you don't see. It's pretty
Yeah,
bad,
you
isn't it?
you're just yeah, you're in your head.
So let's do it then, mate. One word for today. What we got?
We'll go good. We'll go good.
Good.
It was a good day.
Okay. So we've done the GHD and overhead lunge one, which
Yes.
before we started, you said you were most looking forward to.
Yeah.
Is that still the one that you were most looking forward to in hindsight, having done it?
Like I think like it definitely felt a lot worse than I expected. Maybe that I think it's more from the volume of everything beforehand. Like your shoulders have gone through a lot. Your legs have kind of taken a big beating. Especially like after those shuttles. The shuttle on one, it just taxes your legs. So going into that one, you've got there's not much beans left. But no, yeah, I think it was enjoyable in the fact that it hurt, but it was a different kind of hurt, kind of more you could kind of tolerate it a bit more than the other ones.
How did you get on with the accidental touching?
I didn't. Apparently I was good. I had a AFG judge.
Oh yeah.
So he's I mean, yeah, he was a Mayhem Classic. So I feel like if he said it was good, it must have been good. So
Yeah, we'll take it, mate. So hopefully
yeah.
you're not getting no virgins in your DMs moaning then this time.
No, well, I just had a DM from him actually about my warm up, and he was just like 3 burpees because I did 3 burpees, and he was like, "That's not good." So he's asking for he wants me to he wants me to he wants me to peck. So don't know how I'm going to respond to that yet, but we'll see.
I've got a comment for you, mate. You're in trouble.
Oh, I don't know, Dad. I'm sorry.
So that's the GHD and GHD and lunges. So then onto the ones that you've been called out for again with your burpees. Obviously, that was just a warm up round. So that was the one that you said like it's the sort of workout that scares you. That red lining's something you struggle to do in training. So how did we go on that?
I think like it was. I think potentially a little too hard out the first round. Rep wise, I was like, "Ooh, okay." That was a little aggressive. But I was kind of like, "Oh, okay. Like we'll see. We'll see if we can hold this, at least for the next round." And then like I didn't, but I wasn't too. I wasn't too far behind it. Oh, well, I wasn't far behind it at all. So now my kind of goal was like, okay, how kind of hold this pace for the next few sets. But yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. It's just so leggy and lungy. And the minute rest, it's just it's not even worth being there. It might as well have just been like 30 seconds, you know, like it just felt like the same. So yeah, no, it was hard. It was hard, hurt a lot. Just those clean and jerks, just trying to find anything, any muscle that's not hurting to help out with it, you know. Like sometimes I was trying to like muscle it up and I was like, that's not working, like that's not helping my legs feel better. Like, you know, it was just yeah, just took everything out of your legs, basically.
So in terms of like how we're going to be tomorrow, will it be one of them where he's going to leave a mark in the morning, or do you think you'll recover
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, like to be honest, the only thing really tomorrow is it's a lot of grip and it's a lot of kind of pulling. Um, it's a lot of midline as well. So I mean, my midline feels fine at the moment. Um, so that's okay. But pulling wise and grip, they haven't really been tested too much. So I'm feeling they're feeling pretty fresh. So yeah, you just kind of leg wise. I mean, you're doing a K row, but like it. Let's be honest. Like you're not going to be going hard on it. You know, it's not worth it. Like the time you gain on the row, you could easily lose on the ropes, for example. So there's that to consider. But I think like you can't you can't just sack it off. You know. Um, I think there's that kind of fine pace where you'll be fine.
So what is
And
that
I
fine
think
pace? Just as a rough estimate for us mere mortals that probably row at this steady pace flat
I
out.
was thinking like around like a 150, 155. I feel like would be fine. Um, but again, I suppose we'll see. Like I guess your pull's going to be taxed a lot, so that's going to take out of it. Your grip's going to start to get taxed, so that's going to take it out of it. Um, yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. So like the paces, I mean, aren't anything serious. Um, so, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it feels. I mean, we kind of seen like I've seen like Jacob Hepner put up a score as well, so and he was like solid 5 rounds, which is that's 6 minutes a round. So kind of assuming like let's assume that like the row is 4 minutes. You know, you got 2 minutes to do 30 toes to bar, which would be about a minute, let's say, and then that means you got 6 minutes. Well, a minute, sorry, to do 6 rope climbs, which is fairly, I would say, is fairly aggressive to do 6 rope climbs in a minute, especially over 30 minutes of it for 5 rounds. You know, so yeah, we'll see. I think, I mean, obviously, if you row faster than 2 minutes, a 2 minute pace per 500, you'll be able to save that time later on, you know, for those rope climbs. But then it always comes down to the transitions and obviously you don't faff around from going from that row back to the row and starting that up because that can eat into the time as well. It's got to be fast, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, yeah, that sound good. Did I say 30 seconds? I thought I said you said oh.
No, I think
Did
that's
I?
Charlie's throwing some shade at something offline. Maybe he's just trying to mess with you, mate.
Did he? Yeah, I mean yeah, I can do that, bro. Easy.
Yeah, you're going to do it for a 30-minute AMRAP
Yeah,
tomorrow,
I'm gonna
mate.
do it
This
30
sound.
minutes. I need that 30 seconds for the road climbs. So
So you know when you look at a workout like that, obviously that it's just well, it's long. Is it the 30 minutes that sticks out? Do you think it's made? Is that what you see that and you think shit?
I think it's kind of like what's built in it, you know. I don't think the time is like the time. I mean, it's a long time, but I don't think that's what scares. Like, I don't think that's what would scare you. I think it's like the density of each round. That should like you just kind of got to consider what like you look at it and you go okay you then like you look at what's in it and then you kind of then go all right what do I have to hold to do this what is like theoretically what is a good time or score, and then you kind of work back from there with it, and then you see what's possible and what's not.
I don't know if you saw, because I know you've been pretty busy, but we sponsored Kill Taylor today on
Oh
Seven.
yes, how did that go?
And well, no one called in, but
Oh.
like the workout, it's a shame you were busy, because I think you'd have probably liked it. It was 50 alternating dumbbell snatch at 70
Oh yeah,
pounds. So what's that, like 30 kg?
32. Yeah.
And then 50 toes to bar, and then max dumbbell snatch in the remaining time. It was a 5-minute AMRAP. So yeah, I tried to get Yatesy to call him, but he claimed he had problems with texting the phone. I think he just didn't fancy it, mate.
Oh, dude, they would have. So no one called in.
No, not
That's
one
such a
person.
shame. That's such a shame. I suppose, like, I mean, maybe they should have done like one of the semi-final workouts instead. You know, that'd have been quite cool. Because he did that once. He did the Open, didn't he? As one of the workouts. He probably should have done that instead. That would have been quite cool. It's a surprise. I'm surprised he didn't. He's not doing the semi-finals, or is it? Or is he doing a different division? Different one.
No, I think he just said, like, I think he said, like, early on that his knees weren't right, and then there was some squatting, I think, come up in, I don't know if it was at the Open, in one of the Open workouts. There were quite a heavy amount of squatting in one, weren't they?
Yeah, the chest bar, the middle one.
Yeah, and the thrusters, that was it.
One.
Yeah, because I think that's when he bailed out. So,
okay.
So today, mate, you were obviously at CrossFit Wessex. You said you're not overly familiar with that gym. You've been a few times, and it looked like you had some great support there.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah.
Was it cool being there? Like, was it a good place to be?
It was a good place to be. It's, everyone there was lovely. I know, like, it was really nice to have people come up, should I say, if they're from Southampton, to support. Yeah, it was great. Like, even the people there, the members were great. I know one of the guys who he does that's where that's where I went to do my VO2 max. So I knew the guy who did my VO2 max. So he was like watching as well, and he was like, "Yeah, that was cool, bro. I think you should maybe do more training with this. And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I mean that's the other thing though. Like from this weekend, isn't it? Is you kind of hope to learn something from it and take something from it that you can work on, because otherwise you're going to win the games, or you need to learn something from it. So I'm excited to once it's all over, to get back into it all and start hammering it.
Who do you have? Does Max come up with you and just watch you then, and then take almost notes over every little detail?
So Max is usually like behind the camera, and then like I have Kelly, who's is usually my head judge, but then today we had Kelly as like the floor judge, and then Lefty, who was the AFG guy, was doing the like actual judging. So Max was more just like behind the camera, just counting reps, and not counting reps, but like calling it out, being like, like break, like, there and back, like hold this, like, just kind of shouting out stuff. So it was helpful, definitely.
Are you able to process that information in the moment when you're in those dark places, or is it just like noise?
You definitely take it on, and you definitely like when he shouts and all that, you're like, yeah, he's right. Yeah, I should definitely like go now. Like I need to go now if I want to get this. So, there were some times on the overhead lunge one where he was like, hold on, like, you've got like 5 reps left, and you're like, your arms are like, oh shit. It was like with the 10, like it was like when it gets down to 10, it was such a weird one. We were really kind of like considering if I just do like 10 steps out, because you can just do 10 steps and then that was your limit. And we were like, is it worth doing 10 steps just out unbroken without the turn and just running back to the GHD, but we weren't too sure. And I tried it, but like my legs and my shoulders were just smoked, so I had to come down at 7. But then it kind of worked out because then I could walk back the other way, and it actually kind of saved a bit of transition later on. So that was cool. But yeah, there was a lot of shoulders.
Yeah.
So
could you add a GHD at each side if you wanted, and walked between 2 GHDs, or was that illegal?
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. You know, that's not. I mean, there's nothing in the rules that said you can. Like you can. Sorry, should I say? Like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I mean, it's a shame that a lot of gyms only have one. You know, I mean,
they
if
just
you're
take up so much fucking space.
dude, they do, don't they? Like, it's like a rower, but it's just, you know. I mean, yeah, it's probably about a size of a rower, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah, but you can't fold it up, and it's heavy as well.
Yeah, that's the
Pain
thing.
in the ass.
You just store it, and it's just there. That's the other thing. Like at Wessex, they put down the 2 dumbbells underneath it because you have to, otherwise it will tip. So there are a lot of weights underneath it, like holding it down. Which you kind of just go like, if like people have to do that with their GHD, like surely you would think there's like, as people who design it, yeah, we should probably put more weights on the other side, or have like the beams a little bit heavier on the bottom to like counteract it. All right, it might be a bit harder to move, but I mean, you got wheels on it still, so you know it's like a wheelbarrow. You know?
I find that a bit unnerving if I came to a GHD machine and there were weights keeping it in position when I'm about to almost go vertical on it.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I've seen it a few times on like where it's happened, like, well, not happened, but you know, it lifts and you're like, oh. But yeah.
So what's the plan for the rest of the night, mate? Are you at Fareham again tomorrow?
Fareham tomorrow, yeah. That's the plan for tomorrow. Maybe like we'll probably like sit down, review everything, see if we're happy with it all, and then like, I mean, I hope not, but you know, if like a redo is in the cards, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if everything's worth it. It's just like, again, like a redo is hard in this type of format. With like, I mean, they're not hard to do, but they will be really kind of, it's like with everything you've done already, you know what I mean? Is you kind of just go, if I redo this, am I actually going to get a better score? So, well, you know, that's just when execution comes in, and you just got to make sure that you do it right the first time. But yeah.
Cool, mate. Well, we'll jump on tomorrow if that's okay to review the last day, and if you're feeling up to it, and then maybe make sure the name isn't too offensive so that your dad doesn't tell you off again.
Yeah, sorry, Dad. Yeah.
Right, mate. Appreciate your time again. Thanks,
Thank you,
mate.
bro. Thank you.
See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.